When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Hi, I'm John Mallows. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this day. Once again, it's the world of sports. We're talking with the one and only, there's only one in Fresno, okay? Jim Perez. He is a golfer. He is a teaching pro. He owns a golf course in Northwest Fresno. We'll take your phone calls at 436-ME-TV, option 11. Back in a moment. Yes, sir, my friends, I mentioned Jim Perez. Good thing there's only one, right? Actually, we need more people like him in the city of Fresno. But let me ask you something. Do you watch this show on Comcast? Or do you watch it over the air digital TV? I don't know. You can take your pick these days because each and every Monday through Friday, live right here on Me TV. You can watch us on Comcast, channel 187, 43.6, and 13.1. And then the replay comes later in the day at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at 13.6, YouTube, 8 o'clock at night on Biz TV. And, of course, you can catch us on YouTube. We got a YouTube channel. I mean, all these shows, after they air, are posted to YouTube. And you can catch the Twitter account at John Mallows, Me TV. Let me pose a question here this morning on the program on Connect with Me, and that is, how much talk have we heard lately in the world of sports about cheating? Just think about the New England Patriots and Deflategate. Think about Tom Brady and his image now with cheating, deflating footballs, and did he legitimately win the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl? In baseball, it was the steroid era. Are we past that? And then in basketball, remember the NBA ref who now is serving time in prison for betting on NBA games? Where's the honesty and the integrity these days, my friends? Let's roll the videotape, show you exactly what I am talking about. I ask you, what is the one sport that you can count on that relies on the honor system itself? If you said golf, you are absolutely right. You're looking at kids learning the game from the ground up from one of the best. Jim Perez, the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course and Learning Center. These are school kids learning the basics, taking part in the First Tee program, which teaches the basics of golf, like iron play, the short game, putting. But first, they must know and learn the 9 core values of golf. I'll guarantee you the New England Patriots don't know these. Honesty, you're laughing. Honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, respect, confidence, responsibility, perseverance, courtesy, hear that? And judgment. This program was the brainchild of one Jim Perez, who recently purchased the 66-acre plot out there in Northwest Fresno, 33 of which consist of the golf course itself. It's a beautiful remodeled 9-hole course that allows one to go out and play a quick game if they want, then go back to work, or maybe squeeze in a 9-hole round before heading home. Perez is a 20-year veteran out there, plus in Northwest Fresno. He was the teaching pro, now owns the place with Kevin Cameron. Live in our studio right now is Jim Perez. He is the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course and Learning Center. He is here to take your phone calls today at 436-ME-TV, option 11. In fact, my friends, we have a phone call already waiting in the wings to ask Mr. Jim here a question or two. We also have, count them, 1, 2, 3 free rounds of golf out there at Bluff Point Golf Center and Learning Center, or Bluff Point Golf Course and Learning Center. That's the official name. If you know where Herndon and Milburn are, just go north, proceed north on Milburn, go down the hill, and there's the golf course right by the river. 3 freebies sitting in my hands. First 3 callers will get them. Back with our show here on Connect with Me on Me TV Fresno on this Wednesday morning. in just a moment.
You can find movies on over-the-air channel 13.3. Movies. Our name says it all.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. Francisco Molina Nieve has been on the run since March 2008. The police and the FBI need your help tracking this coward down. He's wanted for brutally beating his girlfriend and for the use of a firearm. He has 3 freckles and a crescent shape under his right eye. Call the Colorado FBI at 303-629-7171 if you know where he's hiding.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
I got to tell you, my friends, listen, I'm old. Okay, let's put it that way, Jim.
I'm not.
I'm old. Okay, you and I are about the
No,
same age.
I'm
Yes,
not.
we are. You know, we got the caller he's been, hang on, caller. I know you've been patient. But I got to tell you, I've been around golf since I was like 14, 15, 16 years. This is one of the best little 9-hole courses I've seen anywhere.
Thank you. Yes.
And it really is a joy and a pleasure. I go down there Sunday nights and I hit balls. You know, you're free to join me if you want to on Sunday nights. That's your night off if you want to hit some golf balls out there at the range.
I hit balls late last night, actually. So, but thank you.
I love going out there and contributing to the local economy. Hey, caller, you've been waiting. You're patient. Go ahead.
I have a call for Jim. I've noticed that a lot of golf courses have been shutting down, and I want to know what his input is, why the golf courses around here locally. I'm calling out of Selma, California, and we recently had our golf course shut down after a while. And I'm noticing that a lot of golf courses are shutting down. What's Jim's input of why this is happening in the valley?
Yeah, and before you go, caller, what's your name?
Frank?
Frank. Listen, Frank, I have a ticket here that's going to buy you a free round at Bluff Point Golf Course. If you care to pick it up, you can come down to Ventura TV and we'll put your name on it.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, you can call us down here at Ventura TV. I'll leave it at the front desk. Your name is Frank?
Frank Torres.
Frank Torres. I'll leave it under your name, Frank. You can come down and get your free ticket anytime you choose.
Okay, I'm an avid Pittsburgh Steelers fan and a road fan of Hector Coronado.
All right.
Thank you.
Frank Torres. Okay, and so to answer the question, I forgot what the question was.
Well, Frank, I think the economy had a lot to do with it because golf was flourishing, and they were building, hundreds and hundreds of golf courses throughout the United States and even in the world. Mm-hmm. But they have closed because of the economy. But we're seeing the economy change. We're seeing even, like myself as an instructor, I saw the lessons drop off quite a bit, but I've also seen them come back. So I think the economy had everything to do with it. The falling of, believe it or not, Tiger Woods had a lot to do with it because he was a great inspiration for a lot of players. And so anyway, I would have to say the economy was first. It dropped everything, and now it's starting to come back. There's more rounds of golf, and let's face it, we have outpriced the average public that was playing golf. We raised the fees for green fees way too high. So part of my building this golf course was to give a nice fee, to give a fee that was reasonable. That
affordable.
Affordable, exactly. Yeah. I mean, $11 for a green fee for 9 holes is reasonable for you to walk.
That's nothing.
And that's why I wanted to build a course that would be sustainable around any economy. You could still go out and play a nice round of golf. Excuse me.
Yeah. Caller, are you there? Go ahead. What's your name, please?
My name is Hector Hernandez.
Hector, would you like a free round of golf out there at Bluff Point?
You betcha.
All right.
I know where to pick up the tickets.
Yeah, okay. And your first and last name again is?
Hector Hernandez.
Hector Hernandez.
Hector Hernandez. I will leave these at the front desk for you, okay? It's a free round of golf at Bluff Point near Herndon and Milburn.
You got it. Thank you.
Okay, what's your question?
Our question is, has he seen the Sherwood Forest over there towards 180? I think it's in the Sanger area. That's one question. And the second question is, do you think a lot of, let's say the average golf courses are closing because of the water shortage? It takes a lot of water to keep these greens kind of green. But Sherwood Forest looks pretty good. That's a nice one out there. Selma's got a good one, and Dinuba has another one. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you know where they're at, but the Sherwood Forest has been around a little bit. And if I was going to have my grandson who loves hitting, it looks like he likes to play golf because he sees it. How young is too young to play golf if he's real serious about it?
I like to, parents come to me with that question all the time. They're asking me, when should I start my child? I think starting them at 4 years of age is a great age. 3, there's a little 2.5-year-old kid that comes out and hits balls. John and I were talking about that earlier. The father just tees up the balls, and the little kid is just enthralled with the game, loves the game totally. Talking about Sherwood Forest. Sherwood Forest, that's where I cut my teeth hitting the first golf ball, was at Sherwood Forest, other than Reedley College when I took my classes. But I love Sherwood Forest. I played there many years. They probably have enough water. They have well water there, I'm sure. Selma, getting back to Selma, the first caller talked about Selma. I really hated the Selma going away. I think, I don't know the case exactly why they let it fall, but the opportunity was there for somebody to take it over, and they got greedy, from what I understand, didn't want to sell or did or too much or whatever. But anyway, it went under, and I found out that there's chicken fights out there now. Well,
wow.
They got caught, they got busted. That's over with now, and I understand that it's up for sale again for like $2 million. So I hope somebody picks that up and makes it a good golf course again, because that was a lot of fun. Yeah. Dinuba, the water for Dinuba, the city of Dinuba put the water up. It's recycled water. That's why they're able to sustain their golf course, because they get the water, and I think the government helped them build the golf course. I think they put in like $1 million, if I'm not mistaken, built the golf course, and then from there they were able to use the water that's reclaimed, that's just right across, just to the east of the golf course. So they're able to use that.
Caller, you're on the air, and what's your name, please? Caller, you there?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name, sir?
Dave. My name is Dave.
Dave, would you like a free round of golf over at Bluff Point?
Yes, I would.
All right, what's your last name? I'll put your name on the envelope. You have to come down here to Ventura TV at 3619 East Ventura Avenue and pick up your ticket. What's your last name?
Ruiz, R-U-I-Z.
Okay. What's your question for Jim Perez, please?
Just concerned about the same, about the shutdown on all the courses.
Mm-hmm.
I know Palm Lakes just recently shut down. That was my number one course, and of course it's not available any longer. And it was so reasonable, affordable. And it was a exciting course, and it's just gone away. And I'm just, looking for a new course now.
Okay.
Well, Dave, it'd be great for you to come out and check out our golf course. We have 4 par 4s and 5 par 3s. We have a 9-hole course, and it's a lot of fun. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the old Palm Lakes that went away. They had some par 4s and par 3s. Also, before I even try to buy this golf course, I wanted to and investigated trying to buy that old piece of property. I wanted to renovate that one, but it was not available to us. Something about the family that own the property, tied up with a city, and I guess there's a lot of money involved, and it's all tied up there. But I did try to get that one first.
Just too convoluted an issue, or,
right? And from what I talked to some city councilmen at the time, and they were telling me it's so tied up that they probably won't be able to do it again. It's unfortunate because that was a phenomenal location for the Central Valley. You could get there from Clovis, 99, the freeway, 41. It was really kind of accessible for everybody to get to. It was kind of centrally located.
Just financially not feasible at the time, though.
It's not working.
Yeah. Hey, Dave, don't forget to come down and pick up your free tickets. We only had 3 giveaways here. They're all gone already, but call in and you can ask your question to Jim Perez. He is the owner and the teaching pro out there at Bluff Point Golf Course near Herndon and Milburn. You just go north on Milburn, go down the hill, and it's right by the river. You cannot miss it, and you'll have fun out there. It's a 9-hole course. 436-MeTV, option 11. Back in a moment.
Retro TV, your home for classic television. The greatest shows in history are here for you to enjoy. Join Cosby and Culp as secret agent men in I Spy. Ride along the Ponderosa with the Cartwrights in Bonanza. Hit the beat with Joe Friday in Dragnet. And that's not all. Retro TV offers endless fun and excitement for the whole family to enjoy. Retro TV, the best in classic television.
You can find Retro TV on over-the-air channel 13.4.
Hello, I'm John Walsh. We need your help to capture this fugitive. Julio Cesar Guevara Mejia is wanted by the FBI in Sacramento for the attempted murder of a 19-year-old female in November of 2007. Police say he lured the young woman to a hotel room where he shot her 3 times in the chest. He could be in Palm Springs, California or Houston, Texas. Contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI if you have any information.
Back here on the program with our friend Jim Perez, and he is the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course in Northwest Fresno. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
Yes, Jim, I just wanted to ask you, I'm semi-new to the area. I'm from San Diego, and I grew up by Torrey Pines Golf Course. Are you familiar with that one?
Very well, yes.
Oh, okay. Just a general question. I'm not really a golf. My father was. I didn't play it that much. But who was one of your inspirations growing up that made you want to get into the game?
Wow, that's a great question. I would say Lee Trevino. I went to go see him personally the very first time. It was in 1979. I got to see him play in Los Angeles and have lunch with him and a group of guys. So I would say Lee Trevino was my first one. Sevi Ballesteros, phenomenal player from Spain. Jack Nicklaus, what he did to well, no one can break his record. I don't think Tiger will ever be able to break his record. But those are really the top 3.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Why?
I don't think so.
Is he? Stick a fork in him, he's done.
I don't think so. To get to 18, I think he has four more majors to do it.
I know.
Not to say that he's not old. He's not that old. He's young, but there's so many good players.
I know.
Now,
he's got stiff competition.
Very tough competition.
By the way, I don't mean to interrupt because you're such an articulate speaker here.
Thank you.
And your first tee program, let's talk about that a little bit since we're looking at the video here. You've got how many middle schools that you're working with this program?
Well, the middle school program, it's kind of a neat program because they get to compete on our golf course. What's really great about our golf course compared to the other courses around the valley is that we're able to not only offer the first tee program here and bring all these children, because we have plenty of space for these kids. Most of the golf courses and driving ranges don't have what we have. We have an extra 100 yards of hitting area that they can utilize while the average public comes in and plays and practices. But the middle schools, what we offer them is, and the coaches love it, the parents love it, and the kids love it.
Hang on, caller. Go ahead.
Is that we do shotgun starts. And so that means that we can have 6 schools out there. We can put 3 schools on holes 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the other 3 schools put them on 5, 6, 7, 8, and then everybody is finishing at the same time. an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, these kids are done. Compared to, let's say, going to, let's just use Riverside Golf Course. One group tees off, the second one, the third one, the fourth one. It takes 4 hours by the time the school is done. So then buses
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so we're able to offer that shotgun start. We're having little golf tournaments now for different groups are coming in, and we're able to do shotgun start. So when you get a shotgun start, everybody's done at the same time. They can all get their meals, lunches, whatever at the same time.
Yeah. So let's go to our caller. You're on the air. Go ahead with Jim Perez.
Yes. You mentioned those 9 goals that you have for golfing for the kids. Do you find that you today maybe are a little challenged to meeting those goals compared to the youth in the past? That's my question.
What was the question? I didn't quite get it all.
It was kind of
It was cutting out a little bit.
It was cutting out.
Sorry about that. We couldn't quite get all that.
Something about the kids program, I know that, but I didn't get all of it. If you want, let's do this. If you want to call back, 436-ME-TV, option 11, something with the sound, it sounded a little bit hazy and a little bit garbled, so call back. We're with Jim Perez. He is the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course. By the way, come on out there on Sunday nights, Jim, and I'll even buy you a bucket of balls. It only costs about $5 or $6. Not a big deal. I love going out there and hitting on the driving range. I love the driving range. It's really a lot of fun to go out there and just loosen up and get all the kinks out and get all the tension out of your body.
It's good.
And then you're fresh for the start of the week.
And you're ready to go play 9 holes.
That's right. That's right. I like the atmosphere out there. Anyway, your phone calls are welcome. We're back with our show in just a moment.
My guys are just getting ready to start building greens on the.
Are we going to a commercial? I think we are. Hello.
We're still on the air. Perfect.
Oh, we're still on the air. I just tossed it to break.
You're still on. Huh. All right. Great.
Who's in charge of this place,
I don't
Jim?
know.
Who's running the show here? Who's running the show here? Caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. I knew this.
Yes, I'm calling back. What I wanted to ask is the kids of today as honest as they were, let's say, 20 years ago when they did their school cards, things like that? Or do you see a difference between the kids of today and the kids of yesterday?
Wow, that's a great question.
So are they more honest now?
I'm going to say, the first tee is implementing some great programs about honesty, integrity. Those are their core values. So I'm going to say that, yes, the honesty is still there. It's still a game of honor. Those of us that play it, the kids that are playing it, definitely are not cheating. I'm not seeing it. I've been coaching high school golf and middle school schools for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that the kid, no. If they don't know a rule, they violated something that they didn't even know. But I'm going to tell you the kids are pretty honest. And I don't think there is any difference.
I will bring up your guy, Tiger Woods. Remember that one golf tournament, the viewer called in to the PGA?
That happens all the time.
But it cost him a stroke and cost him the tournament. I forgot when that was.
It was when a ball was in the shade and inside underneath the bushes. And he was looking to, he's looking to put his club down or something. And
he grounded his club.
And it moved the ball. But I'm going to tell you, the ball oscillating from that high above, from your eye, looking down in the dark, you may not see it. You may not. But when you zoom in with a camera.
He had to have seen that ball move. Come on, he's standing right next to it.
It just oscillated. It didn't roll out of position so much that you could obviously see it. In the dark, you're not going to see it. But if it was in the light, I would say yes, definitely.
You're sticking up for Tiger
And no,
Woods.
what I'm saying is that what they're doing, they've made a rule now. There's a rule now that television cannot interfere with a rule now.
What is that? Wait a minute, clarify that. What does that mean?
See,
so a viewer can't call in anymore?
Call in anymore with the TV. I believe this is a new rule because, you can see things in close up that you can't see from. What if you can't
But
see?
you can see something on television that you may not see there in person too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's
it's
what
like
I mean.
a replay. You
Well,
know, the guy probably DVR'd it and he rolled it back.
Right.
And he saw
Well, when they zoom in, I mean, you can get so close to, you can see a drop on a glass like this.
I know.
So.
Busted.
All right, you're
Tiger
busted.
Woods was busted. Tiger Woods was busted.
I don't care who
Where
did
was
it.
the honesty and the integrity in Tiger Woods?
Well, he got a 2-stroke penalty. So there you go.
All right.
And he lost $100,000.
Anyway, he's still a great golfer. You got to admit, boy,
Yeah,
I'd love to have that swing. Anyway, we got to take a. This is the time when we're going to take a break for real. I promise.
For real.
Jim Perez is here, the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course, having a lot of fun here, talking about the integrity of the game, and it really is one of the most honest games on the planet, my friends. Go out there to Bluff Point. Back in just a moment.
We need help to find this missing child. Patrick Alford was 8 when he went missing. He was last seen in Brooklyn, New York in January of 2010. This is what we believe he looks like today at age 12. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Please help bring Patrick Alford home.
Euronews, most watched news channel in Europe.
Anyway, so we're talking with Jim Perez. He is the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course. So let me ask you something. Is Tiger Woods a fragile individual, a fragile creature from a mental point of view? Would it be easy for him to have a meltdown?
Okay, hold on.
He's on the edge.
Every golfer is on the edge.
He's on he's really on the edge. He's got like 1 foot out on Half Dome here.
It's amazing. It's amazing how many pros will take advice from anybody. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know why they do it.
It's like a reporter looks at Tiger cross-eyed and he's like has a meltdown mentally. What is that? Go out and play your game.
You know what? It's hard to turn all that off. There's no, you just can't do it. They make comments about whatever you do in golf.
Oh, I know.
Who's your new coach? Who's your? Oh no, he's not my coach. We're just getting a little bit of advice.
There's a Band-Aid on your arm. How'd you get that cut?
Yeah,
what happened?
What happened?
That your girlfriend or your wife? Or?
That's actually a true story. Lee Trevino has a Band-Aid.
Oh no, he's had it for years.
You know why?
No.
He has his wife's name tattoo, his ex-wife's tattooed on it. So that's why he has a Band-Aid there.
He should just put a sock or a sleeve on there.
Wear long sleeves.
I love Super Mix,
though.
Yeah. I love. You know what? He's one
good.
of my original favorites, Lee Trevino. I love that guy. Anyway, roll the videotape. Let's take Teaching Kids #2 and talk about your program more over there. So let's talk about the integrity of the game. These are the 9 core values. I'm going to go over the 9 core values one more time so our viewers at home, so it'll kind of, our viewers know what these are. Honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, respect, confidence, responsibility, perseverance, courtesy, judgment. If you look any of these up in the dictionary, you will not see Tom Brady's picture next to any of these. But go ahead.
Deflate? You mean deflate?
You can't deflate a golf ball, can you?
Yeah, no, you can't. And this is the good thing about the first tee, what they teach.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, a lot of the kids that go out to play golf that are not involved with the first tee, they don't know these things about. Yeah. They know about honesty and integrity and those things taught by their parents. But on the golf course, you can't cheat. You can't fudge. You can't move the ball. You have to follow rules.
Nobody's looking a lot of times, and so it's up to you.
You're right.
Only the guy upstairs is looking.
And yourself.
Okay?
And yourself. Yeah,
so that's where the honesty and integrity come in, right?
Right. I played in the World Golf Teachers Championship in Spain, and there was a great individual who was behind a mound, and he hit a shot and he put it on the green and he made the putt for birdie, we all thought. He
Right.
penalized himself 1 stroke. None of us saw it. His ball moved out of rotation. So he said, no, that's a par. I have to give myself a 1-stroke penalty. Nobody would have seen it. Nobody saw anything. And so he got an award at the end of the banquet, at the end of the 4 rounds of golf. He got an award for his integrity. So those are things that you look at and you say, wow, that's phenomenal. Because he could have won a tournament. Instead, he loses by 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to ask you a serious question now. We're joking around, having a lot of fun with Tiger Woods. You know, everybody talks about Tiger Woods being African American and being a role model and this and that. But growing up, my favorite golfer of all time was Jack Nicklaus. Yes, there was Arnold Palmer. Yes, there was Gary Player. Yes, there was Lee Trevino. They were all great, and I loved those guys. But Nicklaus was my favorite. And then you had the later generation come in, like Craig Stadler. You had Greg Norman. The list goes on.
Right.
However, from the Hispanic point of view, I want to know what Hispanic golfer is out there right now that's a role model the way Lee Trevino was. You know, Lee Trevino was a role model before that word was even invented.
Yeah, you're right.
So what Hispanic golfer now is actually like the Lee Trevino of today?
I don't think there is anybody right now. There's
really?
I think Toledo, who was a professional boxer, is now on the senior tour. He, you know, but I don't know if you can call him a role model for us because we don't see him on a regular basis. People don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But he's a phenomenal role model because he went from boxing to playing golf and winning.
But he's not a household
But
name.
he's not a household name.
Lee Trevino was a household name.
And I think he still is. You know, I think he still is. But honestly, I don't think there's anybody. I think they're looking up to
Isn't that
Tiger.
sad?
Well, here in Fresno, a good example, here in Fresno, one of the television stations was interviewing little boys at a soccer match. And they said, who is the best athlete in the world? And they all said, Tiger Woods. This is what these kids said.
Now,
They're
the question
soccer
was
kids.
best athlete
in
not
the world.
best golfer.
No, best athlete.
Yeah.
And they said Tiger Woods. Isn't that amazing? These kids are soccer players.
Wow.
But this was in the 90s.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, you know.
Yeah,
So things have changed. I think Jordan Spieth, Rory McIlroy, I really like Rory a lot. He's not an American, but he's a great kid. Jordan Spieth is an American, and he is the number 2 player right now in the world. So will he carry that torch? Maybe.
Yeah.
But for Latinos, maybe
I
I'm the guy.
I want another Lee Trevino, man. That guy was fantastic.
Yeah, he was phenomenal.
I mean, just
He
the
was.
personality and the perseverance and just his upbringing and his, I don't know, the way he carried himself on the golf course.
Yeah.
He didn't take himself too seriously, and yet he was one of the best.
And him and Chichi Rodriguez also.
Chichi Rodriguez,
Everybody
another one.
loved Chichi Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
everybody loved him.
Yeah, I don't know. Where's the Hispanic role model? I want to know.
Oh, man, we're going to have to raise a few.
Anyway, our guy Jim Perez is here. He's a role model in Northwest Fresno. He really is. I mean, all kidding aside, Jim really is a role model. He's out there teaching kids, teaching the integrity and honesty of the game. Golf, 436-MEET-TV, option 11. If you have any question, hey, about the drought, how are these golf courses staying afloat? How are they using the water to water their greens, their fairways? Back in just a moment.
We need help to find this missing child. Erica Parsons was 13 when she disappeared. She was last seen in Salisbury, North Carolina in November of 2011. This is what we believe she looks like today at age 16. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678.
We get our speed from Mom and Dad. They do stuff super fast. And now they got this new kitchen, so they're even faster. So they can help us with our free throws.
The time-saving Frigidaire Gallery line with a quick preheat and smudge-proof stainless steel that resists fingerprints and cleans easily. It's mealtime in no time, from start to clean. Frigidaire Gallery.
Save more during Frigidaire Gallery bonus days when you buy 3 or more qualifying appliances. See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Talking with our guy Jim Perez out here at Northwest Fresno Bluff Point Golf Course. I love what he's done with it. You talk about perseverance. You have a lot yourself. I mean, you could have let that golf course float into the river there, and you didn't do that.
No, we had the opportunity to make a change, and I really wanted to. I saw the vision way back when I started working there 20 years ago. I knew the potential, the value that we could, offer, and now we're doing it. It's really cool how people have embraced our golf course. We have the best short game facility out anywhere in the valley.
Speaking of which, there's the video right there, some of the short game stuff here.
This is a family playing out on the golf course. That's the other thing we wanted to do. We wanted to bring family out to the to playing golf together. It's a non-pressure place. There's no marshals out there telling you to hurry up and get out of the way and only one putt and move on and hurry up. We want you to enjoy it. We tell our people, look, there's a family of 4 out there. They're probably going to be a little slow. Go around them and then come back and play the hole after when you're done. So we want people to enjoy our place.
It reminds me of a guy I used to play golf with back in the 80s and 90s. A little bit of an older guy. He's older than me. But he would always pressure the group in front and yell at them. Hey, what's the holdup? Yeah. And then he'd go searching for golf balls.
Yeah,
there's none of that going on out there.
No, okay. we don't have that. We might have somebody call in and say, hey, listen, these 2 groups got together. There's 8 guys in the group. I go, okay, I'll be out there and I'll talk to them. And,
you don't have problems out there.
No, we don't. We really enjoy it.
That's the thing. And I've been out there and I know that for a fact. I mean, it's a low pressure atmosphere. It's family oriented. The pricing. Talk about the pricing. What does it cost for a round of golf?
A round of golf to walk is $11 for an adult. What we do is if you're a 7th or 8th grader or younger, we charge you $5 to play a round of golf, which I think is very, very reasonable. If you take a cart, of course you have to have a driver's license, but to take, because kids want to trust me.
I know. They want to take the cart.
Okay, before I took over, we had 2 carts going that lake right there that I'm pointing at right there. Yeah. We had 2 carts go in. Well, how do carts fall into the lake? Children driving that don't know how to stop a car. They put the gas on and then jump out, and guess what? They can't stop. So
you didn't leave those carts there, did you?
No, we took them out. Yeah, no, we took them out. Yeah.
But what are we looking at right there?
This is hole number.
A beautiful course.
That was hole number 5. There's a lake to the left of it, and there's 2 big trees there. That was a really nice par 3. This is just part of our land that we haven't used yet that we want to integrate into the golf course, and we have already on this hole right here. We made this into a dogleg right par 4. If you go play in Arizona, Vegas, anywhere like that, there are areas that you have to shoot over a lot of desert. So we kind of made that into a really nice dogleg right par 4.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you actually are starting. In fact, you already had 1 or 2, I think you told me on the phone. Well, you host weddings out there now?
Yeah, we just, that area right there that you're looking at, we have an area that we had our first wedding overlooking that lake.
Do you host divorces too? Or?
Yeah. That's a great, listen to this was really neat. I saw a man and a woman pick up their golf bags and hold hands as they're walking off the golf course. And I called them over and I said, you know what? I have never seen anybody walk off a driving range holding hands, carrying their bags. Each one is carrying their bag. I go, I want you to come over here and sit down. I'd like to buy you guys a drink. And they loved they appreciated that. Right. I noticed that they walked off, basically skipped the Malouine. They were skipping off the range.
You ignored my smart aleck comment,
didn't
you?
Which one?
You host divorces out there?
No, we don't host divorces. Only marriages. Only marriages.
All right. The email question is, Bluff Point is so beautiful. Can we do an event out there?
Yes.
Any kind of an event?
Yes. In fact, we have a couple of events coming up. We have a Micronesian, which I've never heard before. I've heard of Polynesian, but this is Micronesian. This is from from an island just outside by Guam. It's called Palau, if I pronounce it correct. It's called Palau. And they're going to come and they're going to do a luau type of event. It's going to be coming up, and the public's going to be invited to come and you buy a ticket to come and eat and dance and you know, see everything that they have to offer. But it's going to be from 7 p.m. to 1 o'clock in the morning. I believe it's June the 25th and 26th, or 26th and 27th. But you can check on our website. We'll be putting that up pretty soon.
What hole is that? We're looking at the river, obviously.
This is hole number 3. We have a temporary mat out here in the back here. We're pointing out that we're actually building a new tee box way back there in the back, which is going to be a 270-yard par 4, and it's 230 yards to hit it over the lake. Right now, it's only 220 to carry right here. And the other event that's coming up that I think the public would really like is the Break the Barriers. We love the people. Steve and Debbie over there have done an amazing job. I can't even call it a job because they love to do what they do, but they host the Wounded Warriors. They have an archery event there, and they're going to come out and they're going to host, I think it's 275 participants in a shootout. And I don't know what it's called yet, but I know Mike Hernandez is involved with it, and I think they originally called it the Mike Hernandez Shootout at Bluff Point. I wanted them to call it the Hunger Games at Bluff Point, is what I wanted them to call it. So anyway, that's going to be in September the 13th.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do host events. Absolutely.
All right, now here's a question out there for Bluff Point. When I finish the 9th hole and I'm all done with my golf game, can I go out there and get a nice, cool draft?
Absolutely.
You can?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, you know, you never know. Nowadays, you don't know. I mean, alcohol could be banned out there. I don't know.
Yeah, we just got our license. Well, we got it in October of last year. So we're fully functional. We're not pouring draft beer, but we do have like probably
light beer or whatever.
I'm going to say 15 different types of beers, from Guinness to a light beer, you know, Corona, Modelo's, and Cheladas and stuff like that.
Yeah, but and that's your clubhouse right there currently. Are you going to eventually, because you were talking about looking for sponsors to help rebuild the clubhouse, because this is really, well, it's smaller than really a normal clubhouse, but you'd like to build a new one with the help of a sponsor.
We have a couple of options right now. We could put some modular buildings, and we're already in contact with a school in Merced that we're going to get. We can actually purchase 2 modular buildings and attach them so people will have somewhere to sit inside, and then put patios outside. So then that way, that's just one of the views as you're coming down to our place, that lake on the right.
Yeah.
You can see the water's really high at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna do some things down there. We want you to come down. We're working on all these different things. So if you have an idea, bring it down to us. We're more than glad to do it.
We'll do. Got to take a break here. Jim Perez is the owner of Bluff Point Golf Course, and one of the better courses. It's I mean, it's really beautiful out there. You got to go out and experience the family atmosphere for a golf game out there on a sun. You know, go out there when the sun is starting to go down. It's a lot cooler.
Beautiful.
This weekend it's going to be near 100 degrees, so be careful. Wear your sunscreen if you go out there. Back with our show in just a moment.
We need help to find this missing child. Hallie Cummings was 7 when she went missing. She was last seen in Satsuma, Florida in February of 2009. This is what we believe she looks like today at age 11. If you have any information, please call the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-THE-LOST. That's 1-800-843-5678. Please help bring Hallie Cummings home.
Want to create something extraordinary? Create perfection. Our lifestyle appliances make it easy. KitchenAid, Ventura TV appliance, and you, when only the best will do.
Back here on the show with Jim Perez, our friend there from Bluff Point Golf Course, and let's roll the videotape setting up. And I want to talk about your, obviously it's the first tee program, but when you look at some of the grass out there, the fairways and the greens, I want you to talk about how you guys water your fairways. What about the water situation with the drought?
We're pretty fortunate. We have 3 wells down there. We have our own well. We do. We're very fortunate. And like I said before, if we had to cut back the water, we would definitely not be putting water on the fairways, and just water the tee box and the greens.
But you have an underground water system.
We do.
You've got how many wells out there now?
We have 3.
3.
Yeah, okay. We have a 40-foot, 70, and a 90-foot well there.
And you're right at the same level as the river.
Yeah, exactly. We're down at the bottom. We're very fortunate. When Gary Hooper originally started this, he had the experts come in, the geologists came in, and we're telling him that if you're basically sitting on water. I mean, we are at the river, but below the river, there's an aquifer that's running under there.
Wow,
that's
so you're
loaded.
taking advantage of it right now, even in this drought. Yeah.
We're fortunate that we're really watching our minutes of water that we're watering. We're watering
really?
You
have to watch the minutes.
Minutes. And now that we hired the superintendent,
you got timers out there?
Yeah, absolutely. All our water is on timers, and we make sure that we're not running more than sometimes like 5 minutes. That's it.
Wow.
And we run it at night so we get the best out of it, or early in the morning, real early.
I love seeing the kids out there in their golf bags, and it's just such a wonderful, refreshing sight. And they're learning. I can't get enough of this type of video right here, just looking at those kids enjoying the game of golf. Because, you know what, that's what I did when I was a kid. I didn't start until I was like 14, 15, but...
I didn't start until I was 18.
Oh, gosh.
I started, I was a freshman in college.
Not as good as I'm not as good as you, though. I mean, you've got to... In fact, you're qualifying for the Senior Open, is it?
I've got the U.S. Senior Open qualifying coming up. I have my practice round this coming Monday, and then Tuesday we're going at it.
Where is the Senior Open qualifying?
Well, there's a bunch of them throughout the United States, but my site is it's called Crystal Air, and Crystal Air is south. Any of you who know Mojave Desert, it's way out there to the south. South of Lancaster, Palmdale, it's a little town called Llano, L-L-A-N-O. It's out in the middle of nowhere, but
south of here.
It's south of here, way south of here. Yeah, it takes 3 hours and 45 minutes to drive there. I've already done it a few times. You know,
played the course before?
Yeah, I just played it 3 times.
Okay.
I've driven down. I've shot even par, 1 over and 2 over. So, I'm there, this is all about, it's 1 round. If you shoot well, you have to shoot probably 68, 69, which I've shot many times in the 60s, so that doesn't bother me. You just have to have a good round that day. And they make it as hard as possible because they want the best player to go.
And when and where is the Senior U.S. Open?
It's in Sacramento. So
at Del Paso Country Club?
Yeah, Del Paso Country Club.
Yeah,
so the cool part about it,
yeah.
it's the weekend of the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. And the cool part about it, if I make it, we're going to be hauling a bus of people from Bluff Point Golf Course down to go watch me, or go up north to watch me play up there.
I've played that golf course many times.
Have
I lived
you?
in Sacramento.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I used to live in Sacramento. It's my hometown. Played Del Paso many times. It's a private club. They held the U.S. Women's Open there, I believe, back in the early 80s sometimes. Remember Nancy Lopez?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During her time. Anyway, when you're teaching kids like this out of Bluff Point, what should they be concentrating on? Forget about the 9 core values. I'm talking about hitting the ball. What should they concentrate on?
I like to I wrote a book.
Keep it simple?
Yeah, keep it simple. I wrote a book called Kindergarten Golf for a reason. Because if you look at Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy, any of these top players that when they were little boys at 3 years of age, 4 years of age, nobody told them about technical aspects of the game. And yet, if you compare their swing when they're 3, 4, 5 to now, they are so similar. The swings are unbelievably so close. So I teach simplicity. I talk about making a letter L between your left arm and the club. What's so hard about that? When you follow through, point the shaft at the target. And it's amazing how the body responds to what you just tell it. Some simple things. Take your right knee, touch your left knee. Those 3 things are simple. If you followed that simple advice, you could hit the ball.
You might hit the ball.
Well, you could, because I say you could because we all have this perception in our minds on what you think is supposed to happen, transpire. And then when a teacher like me comes and say, well, you're supposed to let your eyes turn, and they go, oh, I thought I was supposed to keep my head down because everybody tells me I'm supposed to keep my head down.
You're not?
If you keep your head down, you will be like the worst player ever. Worst player. If anybody tells you to keep your head down, whatever money that they owe you, you should just pack up your bag and run as fast as you can. So if your husband or your wife or your best friend tells you,
keep your head down.
No, keep your head down, or you took your eyes off the ball. That's like one of the biggest fallacies. How could you take your eyes off the ball when our peripheral vision is almost 20 feet? You'll never be able to take your eye off the ball.
I'm confused now.
Exactly.
I have been told that my entire life.
And this is why
keep your head down, keep your eye on the ball. You took your eye off the ball.
How do they know? How do they know that your eyes came off the ball?
Because they were watching me. That's why I hit a slice. I sliced it off into the next fairway.
Nope.
Well, what caused my slice then?
Your left hand is not on right.
How do you know? You didn't see me take a swing?
If you make a slice, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is not natural. No matter what anybody tells you, it's not natural, because look at it. If you take your hand and cross the center of your body, your hand rotates over. So a slice, basically, look over here, your slice actually is opening your hand this way. And that is not a natural motion. A natural motion goes this way. Doesn't matter which hand you move, it naturally rotates. So a slice, you have to actually do this. You have to turn your hands in the opposite direction. Well, if you look at the slicers on any slicer or fader, Jack Nicklaus, Lee Trevino, Freddie Couples, bad backs, bad arms, shoulder, rotator cuff surgery.
Unnatural motion?
Yes, unnatural. And who else? Greg Norman.
Slice.
Big fader of the ball. Greg Norman is one of my favorites, but he
blew the U.S. Open thanks to that.
That slice. That's right.
Remember that?
Yep.
That was a long time ago.
Yep.
My God, before some of these people in here were born.
And the Masters too, by the way.
The Masters.
He was leading by 6 strokes.
I know. The slice got him. The slice got him.
Yep.
So what's going on? What's this?
Oh, these are the coolest training aids you'll ever see in your life. Period.
Huh?
Yeah. Those air discs, they're air discs, and those air discs basically, your brain wants to keep you balanced, and when you stand on there, you see his feet going back and forth. You're so off balance, and when you step off of those, your brain makes your body so well grounded. It's amazing what it does for you. It's a training. It's a proprioception training.
Wow.
Most people have never heard of that.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. So
it's amazing.
With all the new technology in golf, the clubs, the balls, these kind of training devices that you have here on the, back in the old days, they didn't have this, and you had some of the greatest golfers in history.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
They played with wooden golf clubs.
Yeah, and they
Bobby Jones.
Oh,
yeah. I'm going way back.
Neat watching his stuff, though.
I know. It's
really
is,
neat watching his stuff.
So they didn't have any of these aids on the green helping them with their game, and so is that generation, that older generation? You're talking about some of the greatest in history. Are they better than this generation?
That's a good question. People would say, well, if Jack Nicklaus, when he was, in the 70s, had the equipment that he has now, let's not forget that there still were some players that hit the ball 300 yards back then.
Even with wooden irons.
with wooden clubs.
Yeah, wooden clubs. The
way
shaft
back.
was
It was steel.
wooden.
It was
Yeah.
steel in the 70s. It was steel.
Well, I know, but I'm talking way back in like the 30s and 40s. They were wooden shafts, right?
Yeah, but Bobby Jones used to hit the ball 224 yards with a 4-wood. That was way back when.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a long
and he
way.
was so accurate. He actually hits a camera with the wood and breaks the lens, like Tiger has done, and many other pros have done that also. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they do it. So the U.S. Open, the regular U.S. Open is coming up. Who do you see? Rory McIlroy?
yeah, you know,
Jordan Spieth?
they're all good at that. That point is whoever's on target.
I don't
You
think
know,
Tiger is going to be there.
It would be great to
He's going
see
to be
it.
there, but he's not going to be in the hunt.
Yeah,
I
it'll
don't
be great
think
to
so.
see. It would be awesome to see him, do it. But with these great players, competition is really good. I would love to see him play well.
So
no
you
doubt
think
about it.
the main reason that Tiger is not going to break Jack Nicklaus's all-time majors record of 18 is because, one, of the competition, and number two, he's so fragile mentally. I mean, no,
Fragile mentally.
He
never
really-
said that. Those words never applied to Tiger.
But
never
he
used
is.
to. But he is now.
He is now. He's
Nothing
a very
bothered him
fragile
before.
individual. Don't talk to him because he's,
He's
you might-
actually signing autographs and being a little more cordial. And
Yeah.
you know what was weird watching him at Torrey Pines when all the pros were around him and they were all trying to help him and he was hitting shanks. He was shanking the ball so far out of position. Was it not even
Why?
funny?
Why do you think that is? Because he was listening too much?
I think because his body is just so used to doing one thing, and now he's making changes. And when you make changes, I always say it takes a year.
Yeah, who was his original golf coach?
Butch Harmon.
Butch Harmon.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he go back to him?
I couldn't even answer that. There's so many things, so many coaches in between.
Bad blood or something, or what?
Probably. From the things that I hear, there's probably some bad blood in there somewhere. But
Can't they just forget it, bury the hatchet, and go on and say, "Hey, Butch, look,
get me back on track."
I'm melting down
Yeah.
here. I'm having a meltdown. I need
Yep.
Jack Nicklaus's record. Can you help me?"
Yeah, that would be great.
And Butch is going to come back and say, "Well, it's about $2 million an hour." Yeah. And he could afford it.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Jim, anything else about your golf course before we got like less than a minute here? I want to give you a plug out there. The telephone number is
275-0600.
Hey, go out there because and I want to mention Dave Reese, come by and get your tickets, Ventura TV. Hector Hernandez, come by and get your free tickets, Ventura TV. Frank Torres, come down and get your tickets at Ventura TV. A free round of golf at Bluff Point Golf Course out there and Learning Center. Jim Perez, always good to see you, my friend.
Thank you. It's a
You're
pleasure.
a great guy. I
It's
have
fun.
fun with you on
Thank
the show.
you.
We have fun here. We
Thank
kid,
you.
we kid around back and forth,
Of
but
course.
it's all good. And I love your golf course. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right, that's going to do it for us today here on the program. Connect with me on MeTV Fresno. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about a serious topic. Oh my gosh, the rise of heroin use in high schools here in the Central Valley. See you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll have a nice